When shall we three meet again, in thunder, lightning, or in rain?
When the hurly-burlies are done, when the battle is lost and won.
That shall be ere the set of sun.
Where the place?
Upon the heath.
There to meet with Macbeth.
Come, great Malkin.
Pat calls.
Anon. Fair is foul and foul is fair. Hover through the fog and filthy air.
Sergeant, like a good and hardy soldier, fought against my captivity. Hail, brave friend. Say to the king the knowledge of the broil as thou didst leave it.
Doubtful it stood, as two spent swimmers that do cling together and choke their heart. The merciless MacDonald, worthy to be a rebel, fortunate that the multiplying abilities of nature do swarm upon him. From the western isles of currently gallows glasses is supplied, and fortune on his damned quarreled smiling showed like a rebel's whore. But all's too weak, for brave Macbeth well he deserves that name, disdaining fortune with his brand of steel which smote with bloody execution, like valor's minion carved at his passage till he faced the slave, which ne'er shook hands nor bade farewell to him, till he had seen him from the nave to the chops, and fixed his head upon our battlements.
O valiant and worthy gentleman.
As once the sun gives his reflection, shipwrecking storms and direful thunders break. So from that spring whence comfort seemed to come, discomfort swells. Mark, King of Scotland, mark. No sooner justice had with valor armed, compelled these skipping currents to trust their heels. But the Norwegian lords, surveying vantage, with furbished arms and new supplies of men, began a fresh assault.
Dismayed not this our captains, Macbeth and Banquo.
Yes, as sparrows, eagles, all the hare, the lion. If I say sooth, I must report. There was cannons overcharged with double cracks, so they doubly redoubled strokes upon the throng. Except they meant to bathe in reeking wounds, or memorize another Golgotha, I cannot tell. But I am faint, my gaseous cover.
So will thy words become thee as thy wounds. A smack of honor both. Go to the surgeons. Who comes here?
The worthy Thane of Ross.
What haste looks to his eyes, so should he look that seems to speak things strange.
Whence keeps thou, worthy Thane? From five great king, whither Norwegian banners flout the sky and fan our people cold. Norway himself, with terrible numbers, assisted by that most disloyal traitor, the Thane of Cawdor, began a dismal conflict, till that Bellona's bridegroom, lapped in proof, confronted him with self-same comparisons, point against point, rebellious arm against arm, curbing his lavish spirit, and to conclude the victory fell on us.
Great happiness.
That now we know the Norway's king craves composition, nor would we deign him burial of his men, till he disbursed at St. Combs Inch $10,000 for our general use.
No more that Thane of Cawdor shall deceive our bosom interest. Go pronounce his present death, and with his former title greet Macbeth.
I'll see it done.
What he hath lost, noble Macbeth hath won.
Where hast thou been, sister?
Killing swine.
Sister, where thou, a sailor's wife, had chestnuts in her lap, and munched and munched and munched. Give me, quoth I, a roindy witch the rump they runyon cries. Her husband, a leper god, master of the Tiber, and in a sieve I'll fit a sail, and like a rat without a tail, I'll do, and I'll do. I'll give thee a wind, God kind, and I another. I myself have all the other, and the very ports they blow, all the quarters that they know. In the shipman's card I'll drain him dry as hay. Sleep shall neither night nor day hang upon his penthouse lid. He shall live a man forbid. Weary 7 nights, 9 times 9 shall he dwindle, peak and pine. Though his bark cannot be lost, yet it shall be tempest tossed. Look what I have.
Show me, show me.
Here I have a pilot's thumb. Right this over needed come.
A drum, Macbeth.com.
The weird sisters hand in hand, hosters of the sea and land. Thus you go about and about,
Thrice to thine.
and thrice to mine.
And thrice again to make up 9.
Peace.
Charms wound up.
So foul and fair a day I have not seen.
How far is it called to Chorus?
What are these? So wicked and so foul in their attire that look not like the inhabitants of the earth, and yet on it. If you, or are you what that man may question? You seem to understand me. I each at once her choppy finger laying upon her skinny lips.
Speak if you can. What are you? All hail, Macbeth. Hail to thee, Thane of Glamis.
All hail Macbeth. Hail to thee, Thane of Havre.
All hail, Macbeth.
That shalt be king hereafter.
But sir, why do you start and seem to fear things that do sound so fair? In the name of truth, are you fantastical? Or that indeed which outwardly you show? My noble partner you greet with present grace, and great prediction of noble heaven, and of royalhood that he seems wrapped withal. To me you speak not. If you can look into the seeds of time and say which grain will grow and which will not, speak then to me, who neither beg nor fear your favors nor your hate.
Hail.
Hail, hail.
Lesser than Macbeth, and greater.
Happier, led, much happier. Thou shalt get kings, though thou be not. So all hail Macbeth and Banquo.
Banquo and Macbeth. All hail.
Stay, you imperfect speakers. Tell me more. My son was that I know I'm Thane of Glamis, but how of Cawdor? The Thane of Cawdor lives, a prosperous gentleman. To be king stands not within the prospect of belief, no more than to be Cawdor. Say from whence you owe this strange intelligence. Away upon this blasted heath you stop away with such prophetic readings. Speak, I charge you!
The earth hath bubbled as the water has, and these are upward. Whither are they banished?
Into the air, and what seemed corporal melted his breath into the wind. They had stayed.
Were such things here as we do speak about? Or have we eaten on the insane root that takes the reason prisoner?
Their children shall be kings.
You shall be king.
And they had Cawdor too, and did not so.
To the self-same tune and words. Who's here?
The king had happily received Macbeth the news of thy success, and when he reads thy personal venture in the rebels' fight, his wonders and his praises do contend which should be thine or his. Silenced with that, and viewing over the rest of the self-same day, he finds thee in the stout Norwegian ranks, nothing afeard of what thyself didst make. Strange images of death, as thick as tale came post with post, and everyone did bear thy praises in his kingdom's great defense, and poured them down before him.
We are sent to give thee from our royal master thanks, only to herald thee into the sight, not fade thee.
And for an earnest of greater honor, he bade me from him call thee Thane of Cawdor, in which addition hail most worthy Thane, for it is thine.
What can it both be true?
The Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Who was Thane lives yet, but under heavy judgment bears that life which he deserves to lose. Whether he was combined with those of Norway, or did lie in a rebel with hidden help and vantage, or that with both he labored in his country's wrath, I know not. But treason's capital, confessed and proved, have overthrown him.
Glamis and Thane of Cawdor. The greatest is behind. Gentlemen, thanks for your pains.
might yet enkindle you unto the crown, besides the fame of Cawdor. But 'tis strange, and oftentimes, to win us to our harm, the instruments of darkness tell us truths, win us with honest trifles, to betray us in deepest consequence. Cousin's word, wait.
Two truths are told as happy prologues to the swelling act of the imperial theme. I thank you, gentlemen. The supernatural soliciting cannot be ill, cannot be good. If ill, why hath it given me earnest of success commencing in a truth? I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why do I yield to that suggestion whose horrid image doth unfix my hair, and make my seated heart knock in my ribs against the use of nature? Present fears are worse than horrid imaginings. My thought, whose murder yet is but fantastical, shakes, so that my single state of man is smothered in surmise. Nothing is but what is not.
Look how our partners rise.
If chance will have me king, my chance may crown me without my stir.
New honors come upon them, like our strange garments, cleave not to their mold, but with ye in use.
Come what come may, time and the hour run through the roughest day.
Worthy Macbeth, we stay upon your leisure.
Give me your favor, my dull brain was wrought with things forgotten. Kind gentlemen, your pains are registered where every day I turn the leaf to read them. Let us toward the king. Think upon what has chanced. At the interim having waited, let us speak our free hearts each to other.
Very gladly.
Till then, enough.
His execution done at Cawdor. Are not those in commission yet returned?
My liege, they are not yet come back. But I had spoke with one that saw him die, who did report that very frankly he confessed his sins, implored your highness's pardon, and set forth a deep repentance. Nothing in his life became him like believing it. He died as one that had been studied in his death, to throw away the dearest thing he owed as to our careless trifle.
There is no art to find a line of construction in the face. He was a gentleman, on whom I built an absolute trust. Oh, worthiest cousin, the sin of my ingratitude even now is heavy on me. Thou art so far before that swiftest wing of recompense is slow to overtake thee. Would thou hadst less deserved than the proportion both of thanks and payment might have been mine. Only I have left to say more in thy due than more than all can pay.
The service and the loyalty I owe in doing it pays itself. Your highness's part is to receive our duties, and our duties are to your throne and state children and servants, which do but what they should by doing everything safe toward your love and honor.
Welcome thither. I have begun to plant thee and will labor to make thee full of growing. Noble Banquo, thou hadst no less deserved, nor shall be known no less to have done so. Let me enfold thee and hold thee to my heart. There if I grow, the harvest is your own. My plenteous joys, wanton in fullness, seem to hide themselves in drops of sorrow. Sons, kinsmen, thanes, and youth whose places are the nearest, know that we shall establish our estate upon our eldest, Macbeth, whom we shall name hereafter the Prince of Cumberland, which honor must, not unaccompanied, invest him only. But signs of nobleness like stars shall shine on all deservers, from hence to Inverness and bind us further to you.
The rest is labor which is not used for you. I'll be myself the harbinger, make joyful the hearing of my wife with news of your approach. So humbly take my leave.
My worthy Cawdor.
The Prince of Cumberland. That is a step upon which I must fall down or else only. For in my way it lies. Stars, hide your fires. Let not light see my black and deep desires. The eye wink the hand. Yet let that be which the eye fears when it is done to see.
True, worthy Banquo, he is full so valiant, and in his commendations I am fed. It is a banquet to me,
met me in the day of success, and I have learned by the prophet's report they have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burnt in desire to question them further, they made themselves heir to which they vanished. While I stood wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hailed me Thane of Cotter, for which title before these weird sisters saluted me, referred me to the coming on of time with Hail King that shall be. This have I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou mightst not lose the dues of rejoicing by being ignorant of what greatness has promised thee. Lay it to thy heart and farewell. Glamis thou art, and Cotter, and shalt be what thou art promised. Yet do I fear thy nature. It is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldst be great, art not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. Hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits in thine ear, and chastise with the valor of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical aid does seem to have thee crowned withal. What is your tidings?
The king comes here tonight.
Mad to say it, is not thy master with him? Who were it so would have informed for preparation?
So please you, it is true, our thane is coming. One of my fellows had to speak of him, who almost dead for breath had scarcely more than would make up his message.
Give him tending. He brings great news. The raven himself is hoarse, that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits, that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here, and fill me from the crown to the toe, top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood, stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breasts, and take my milk for gall, you murthering ministers, wherever in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pall thee in the dumbest smoke of hell. But my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold, hold. Great Glamis, worthy Cotter, greater than both by the all-hail hereafter. Thy letters have transported me beyond this ignorant present, and I feel now the future in the instant.
My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight
And then goes hence
tomorrow, as he promises.
Never shall sun Admiral see. Your face, my thane, is as a book where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, look like the time. Your welcome in your hand, your eye, your tongue, look like the innocent flower. But be the serpent unmeant. He that's coming must be provided for. And you shall put this night's great business into my dispatch, which shall to all our nights and days to come give solely sovereign sway and masterdom. We shall speak further, and we look up clear. To alter favor ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me.
This castle has a pleasant seat. The air nimbly and sweetly recommends itself unto our gentle senses. This guest of summer, the temple-haunting martlet, does approve by his loved mansionry that the heaven's breath smells wooingly here. No jutting, frieze, buttress, nor point of vantage but this bird hath made his pendant bed and procreant cradle. Where they most breed and haunt, I have observed, the air is delicate. See, our honored hostess. The love that follows us sometimes is our trouble, which still we thank as love. Herein I teach you how you shall bid God yield us for your pains and thank us for your troubles.
All our service, in every point twice done, and then done double. We're poor and single business to contend against those honors, deep and broad wherewith your majesty loads our house. For those of old and the late dignities heaped up to them, we rest your earnings.
Where is the Thane of Cawdor? We coursed him at the heels and had a purpose to be his purveyor. But he rides well, and his great love, sharp as his spur, hath opened to his home before us. Fair and noble hostess, we are your guests tonight.
Your servants ever have theirs, themselves, and what is theirs in common to make their audit at your highness' pleasure, still to return your own.
Give me your hand. Conduct me to my post. We love him highly, and shall continue our graces toward him. By your leave, hostess.
If it were done when 'tis done, then 'twere well it were done quickly. If the assassination could travel up the consequence, and catch with us to see success, if but this blow might be the be-all and the end-all here. But here upon this bank and shoal of time, we jump the life to come. But in these cases, we still have judgment here, that we but teach bloody instructions, which being taught return to plague the inventor. This even-handed justice commends the ingredients of our poison chalice to our own lips. He is here in double trust. First, as I am his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed, and then as his host, should against his murderer shut the door, not bear the knife myself. Besides, this Duncan hath been so clear, hath borne his faculties so meek, that his virtues will plead like angels, trumpet-tongued to the deep damnation of his taking off. And pity, like a naked newborn babe striding the blast, or heaven's sheridan, shall blow the horrid deed in every eye, that tears shall drown the wind. I have no spur with which to prick the sides of my intent, but only vaulting ambition, which o'erleaps itself and lands on other. How now? What news?
He is almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
Have they asked for me?
No, you not here.
We will proceed no further in this business. He hath honored me of late, and I have bought golden opinions from all sorts of people, which would be worn now in the newest gloss, not cast aside so soon.
Was the whore drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Have it slept since? And wakes it now to look so green and pale as what it did so freely? From this time such I count thy love, and thou fear to be in thine own act and valor as thou art in desire. Wouldst thou have that, which thou esteemest the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon I would, like the poor cat in the adage.
Prithee, peace! I dare to all that may become a man. Who dares to more is none.
What beast was that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man. And to be more than what you were, you would be so much more than man. Nor time nor place invented here, and yet you would make both. They have made themselves, and that their fitness now does unmake you. I have given suck. I know how tender it is to love the babe that milks me. I would. While it was smiling in my face, I would pluck my nipple from the boneless gums and dash the brains out, had I so sworn as you have done to this.
If we should fail!
We fail. Screw your courage to the sticking place and will not fail. And Duncan is asleep. But to the ravish of his day's hard journey soundly invite him. His two chamberlains will lie with wine at wassail, so convinced that memory, the ward of the brain, shall be a fume, and the receipt of reason of Limbeck only. And in swinish sleep, their drenched natures lies as in a death. What cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? Now put upon his spongy officers, who shall bear the guilt of our great crime.
Bring forth men children only, for For thy undaunted metal shall compose nothing with veils. He will not be received when we have marked with blood those sleeping two of his own chamber, and use their very daggers that they have done it.
Who dares receive it other? As we shall make our griefs and clamor war upon his death.
I am settled, and bend up each corporal agent to this terrible feat. Away, and mock the time with fairer show. False face must hide what false heart doth know.
How goes the night, boy?
The moon is down. I have not heard the clock.
She goes down at 12.
I take it. It is later.
Oh. Take my sword. There's husbandry in heaven. Their candles are all out. Take me that too. A heavy summons lies like lead upon me, and yet I would not sleep. Merciful powers, restraining me the cursed thoughts that nature gives way to in repose. Give me my sword. Who's there?
A friend!
But sir, not yet at rest. The king's in bed. He hath been most unusual pleasure of late, and sent forth great largesse to your offices. This diamond he greets your wife withal, by the name of most kind hostess, and shut up in measureless content.
Being unprepared, our will became the servant of defect, which else should free have wrought.
All's well. I dreamt last night of the three weird sisters. To you they have showed some truth.
I think none of them. Yet when we can entreat an hour to serve, we would spend it in some words upon that business, if you would grant the time.
At your kindest leisure.
If you shall cleave to my consent when 'tis, it shall make honor for you.
So I lose none in seeking to augment it, but still keep my bosom franchised and allegiance clear. I shall be constant.
Good proposal.
Thanks, sir. Delight to you.
Go bid thy mistress. When my drink is ready, she strike upon the bell. Get me to bed. Is this a dagger which I see before me? The handle toward my hand? Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Art thou not fatal vision, sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation proceeding from the heat of present brain? I see thee yet, in form as palpable as that which now I draw. Thou marshalest me the way that I was going, and such an instrument I was to use. I see thee still, and on thy blade and dungeon, gouts of blood which was not so before. Dost know such thing? It is this bloody business which informs thus to my eyes. Now one half the world nature seems dead. Wicked dreams abuse the curtained sleep. Witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's offerings, and withered murder, alarmed by his sentinel the wolf, whose howls his watch, thus with his stealthy pace, with Tarquin's ravishing strides, moves like a ghost. Thou sure and firm set earth, fear not my steps, which way they walk, for fear the very stones pray of my whereabout. And take the present horror from the time which now suits with it. Whilst I threat, he lives! Words to the heat of deeds, to cold breath gives. I go, and it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not darken, for it is a knell that summons thee to heaven.
I've made them drunk, made me bold. I've quenched them, given me fire. Hark! Peace. It was the owl that shrieked, the faithful bellman which gives the sterns good night. He is about it. Doors are open, and the surfeit grooms do mock their charge with snores. I have drugged their posits. The death and nature do contend about them whether they live or die.
Who's that? What ho?
I'm afraid they have awaked, and 'tis not done. The attempt and not the deed confounds us. I laid their daggers ready, he could not miss them. Had he not looked like my father as he slept, I had done it. My husband.
I have done the deed. Didst thou not hear a noise?
The cricket's cry and the owl scream, did not you speak?
When?
Now.
As I descended? Hark! Who lies in the second chamber?
On the way.
This is a sorry, sorry sight.
Foolish thought to say sorry sight.
There's one did laugh in his sleep, and one cried murder that they did wake each other. I stood and heard them, but they did say their prayers and address them again to sleep.
You're too large together.
One cried, God bless us, and amen the other, as they had seen me with these hangman's hands. This in their fair, I could not say God bless us when they did say amen.
Consider not so deeply.
But wherefore could I not pronounce amen? I had most need of blessing, and amen stuck in my throat.
His deeds must not be thought after these ways, so it will make us mad.
I thought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more! To all the house. Macbeth doth murder sleep. The innocent sleep. Sleep that knits up the raveled sleep of care. Death of each day's life, sore labor's bath. Balm of hurt minds. Great nature's second course. Chief nourisher in life's feast. Still it cried, sleep no more. Glamis hath murder sleep. And therefore Coral shall sleep no more. Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Who was it that thus cried? I, worthy thane, to unbend your noble strength, to think so brain sickly of things. Go, get some water and wash this filthy witness from your hands. Why did you bring the daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go, carry them and smear the sleepy grooms with blood.
I'll go no more. I'm afraid to think what I've done. Look on it again, I dare not.
Firm purpose. Give me the daggers. Sleeping under dead of his pictures. It is the eye of the child that fears a painted dagger. If you do bleed, kill the faces of the grooms withal, for it must seem their guilt.
What's that knocking? How is it when every noise appalls me? What hands are these? Oh, they pluck out my eyes. Will all great Neptune's ocean wash clean this blood from my hand? No, this my hand would rather the multitudinous seas incarnadine, making the green one red.
My hands are of your color. But I shame to wear a heart so white. You're not going to stop anything. Retire we to our chamber. A little water clears us of this deed. How easy it is then. I cannot lost so poorly in his thoughts. Hark, there's more knocking.
To know my deed, 'twere best not to know myself.
The man who report on Hellgate, he should have old burning the key.
woeful time. The obscure bird clamored the livelong night. Some say the earth was feverous and did shake.
'Twas a rough night.
My young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it.
Horror! 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 Tell me your heart cannot conceive or name thee!
What is the matter? How now?
You should now make this masterpiece. Most sacrilegious murder hath broke open the Lord's anointed temple and stole thence the life of the building.
What is it you say? The life in your majesty?
Go to the chamber and destroy yourself with a new gorgon. Do not bid me speak, see, and then speak yourselves. Awake! Awake! Ring the alarm bell! Murder and treason. Malcolm and Olivain, Banquo, awake! Shake off this downy sleep, death's counterfeit, and look on death itself. Up, and see the great doom's image. Malcolm! Banquo! As from your graves rise up and walk like sprites to countenance this horror. Ring the bell!
What's the business that such a hideous struggle caused to party the streets of the house? Speak! Speak!
The gentle lady, do not you hear when I can speak. The repetition in a woman's ear would murder as it fell. Banquo! Banquo! A royal master's murdered. What? In our house. Too cruel anywhere. Dare to fight, really contradict thyself and say it's not so.
Had I but died an hour before this chance, I had lived a blessed time. For from this instant, there's nothing serious in mortality. All is but toys. Renown and grace is dead. The wine of life is drawn, and the mere lees is left this vault to brag of.
What is this?
You all do not know it. The spring, the head, the fountain of your blood is stopped. The very source of it is stopped.
The royal father is murdered.
By whom?
Those of his chambers seem to have done it. Their hands and faces were badged with blood. So are their daggers, which unwhite we found upon their pillows. They stared and were distracted. No man's life was to be trusted with them.
Yet I do repent me of my fury that I did kill them.
Wherefore did you so?
Who can be wise, amazed, temperate, furious, loyal, neutral in a moment? No man! The expedition of my violent love outrun the pause of reason. There lay Duncan, his silver skin laced with his golden blood, and his gashed stabs looked like a breach in nature for ruin's wasteful entrance. There the murderers, steeped in the colors of their trade, their daggers unmanly breached with gore. Who could refrain that had a heart to love, and in that heart the courage to make love's known? Help me! Oh!
Look to the lady.
Why do we hold our tongues and most make blame this ornament for hours?
What should be spoken here, where our fate hidden in our holy Russian cedars? Let's away our tears from that yet brood.
Note our strong sorrow on foot of motion.
Look to the lady. When we have our naked frailties hid that suffer an exposure, let us meet again and question this most bloody piece of work to know it further. Fears and scruples shake us. In the great hand of God I stand, and thence against the undivulged pretense I fight up treasonous malice, and so do I.
So, let's briefly put on manly readiness and meet in the hall together.
What will you do? It's not consort with them. To show an unfelt sorrow is an office which the false man does easy. I am to England.
To our will, God, where we are. Where we are, there's daggers in men's mouths. Near blood, the nearer bloody.
This murder shaft and shot have not yet lightened, and our safest way is to avoid it, saying, therefore a horse, and let's not be dainty of leave-taking, but shift away. There's warrant at that which steals itself when there's no mercy left.
amazement of mine eyes that looked upon it. Look, here comes the good Macduff. How goes the world, sir, now? Why, see you not? Is it no one who did this more than bloody deed? Those that Macbeth hath slain. Alas, the day, what good could they pretend? They were suborned. Malcolm and Galloway, the king's two sons, are stolen away and fled, which puts upon them suspicion of the deed. Against nature, still fruitless ambition that will wrap up thine own lies, me. Then 'tis most like the sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth, his ordained, and God will scope to be invested. Where's Duncan's body? Carried to Combkill, sacred storehouse of his predecessors and guardian of their bones. Will you just go? No, cousin, I'll suffice. Well, I will figure. Well, may you see things well done there. Would you? Lest our old road sit easier than our new. Farewell, father.
God's benefit go with you, and with those that make good or bad, and friends or foes.
Thou hast it now. King, father, gods. All as the weird women promised. And here thou play'st most foully court. Yet it was said that it should not stand in thy posterity, but that myself should be the root and father of many kings. If there come truth from them, as upon thee, Macbeth, their speeches shine, why, by the verities on thee made good, may they not be my oracles as well, and set me up in hope? But hush, no more.
Here's our chief guest. If he had been forgotten, it had been as a gap in our great feast and all thing unbecoming. Tonight we hold a solemn supper, sir, and I'll request your presence.
Let your highness command upon me, to the which my duties are with the most indissoluble tie forever knit.
Ride you this afternoon?
Aye, my good lord.
We else desired your good advice, which still have been both grave and prosperous at this day's feast. But we'll take tomorrow. Is it far you ride?
As far, my lord, as will fill up the time twixt this and supper. Go not my horse together, I must become a borrower of the night for a dark hour or twain.
Fail not our feast.
My lord, I will not.
We hear our bloody cousins are bestowed in England and in Ireland, not confessing their cruel parricide, filling their hairs with strange invention. But of that tomorrow, when therewithal we shall have a quares of state craving us jointly. Hie to your horse, adieu to your return at night. Goes Fleance with you?
Aye, my good lord, our time does call upon us.
I wish your horses swift and sure of foot, and so I do commend you to their backs. Farewell. Let every man be master of his time until 7 o'clock. To make society this sweet a welcome, we shall keep ourselves till supper time alone. While then, God be with you. To be thus is nothing, but to be safely thus. Our fears in Banquo stick deep, and in his royalty of nature reigns that which would be feared. 'Tis much he dares. To that dauntless temper of his mind, he hath the wisdom that doth guide his valor to act in safety. There's none but he whose being I do fear. And under him my genius is rebuked, as it is said Mark Antony's was by Caesar. He cheered the sisters when first they put the name of king upon me, and made them speak to him. And prophet-like they hailed him father to a line of kings. They placed a fruitless crown, put a barren scepter in my grip, thence to be wrenched with an unlineal hand, no son of mine succeeding. It be so. For Banquo's issue have I filed my mind, for then the gracious Duncan have I murdered. Put rancors in the vessels of my peace, only for them, and mine eternal jewel given to the common enemy of man, to make them kings, the seeds of Banquo kings. Who's there? Was it not yesterday that we spoke together?
It was, so please, Your Highness.
Well then, now do you consider of my speeches? Know you that it was he in times past which held you so under fortune, which would have thought had been our innocent self? This I made good to you at our last conference, passed in probation with you. How you were born in hand, how crossed the instruments which wrought with them, and all else that might to half a soul in an ocean crave say, thus did Banquo.
You made it known to us.
I did so, and went further, which is now our point of second meeting. Do you find patience so predominant in your nature that you can let this go? Are you so gospel to pray for this good man and for his issue, whose heavy hand hath bowed yours to the grave and beggared yours forever?
We are men, my liege.
Aye, and the catalogue that go for men is hounds and greyhounds, mongrels, spaniels, curs, chows, water rogues, and demi-wolves are clipped all by the name of dogs. The valued file distinguishes the swift, the slow, and the subtle, the housekeeper, the hunter, every one according to the gift in which bounteous nature hath him enclosed, whereby each does receive particular addition from the bill that writes them all alike. And so with men. Now, if you have a station in fire, nothing the worst rank of manhood, say it, and I will put that business on your bosoms, whose execution takes your enemy off, grapples you to the heart in love of us who wear our health but sickly in his life, which in his death were healthy.
I am one, my liege, the bowed blows and buffets of the world may hath respect me that I am reckless when I do in spite of the world.
And I another, so weary with disastrous tug with fortune, that I would set my life on any chance to mend it or be rid on it.
Both of you know Banquo was your enemy.
True, my lord.
So he is mine, and such that every minute of his being thrust against my nearest of life. And though I could with barefaced power sweep him from my sight and bid my will avouch it, yet I must not. For certain friends that are both his and mine, whose loves I may not drop, but wail his fall, who I myself struck down. And thence it is to your assistance that I make love, masking the business from the common eye for sundry weighty reasons.
We will, my lord, perform what you command us.
Though our lives.
Your spirits shine through. Within an hour at most, I will advise you where to plant yourselves. Acquaint you with the perfect spy, the time, the moment on it, for it must be done tonight. And something from the palace. Always thought that I require a clearness, to leave no rubs nor botches of the work. Fleance, his son, whose absence is no less material to me than is his father's, must embrace the fate of that dark hour. Reserve yourselves apart. I'll come to you anon.
We're resolved, my lord.
Abide within. It is concluded. Banquo, if thy soul's flight find heaven, must find it out tonight.
Is Banquo gone from court?
Aye, madam, but returns again tonight.
Say to the king I would attend his leisure for a few words.
Madam, I will.
Not have all spent. For our desire is got without content. 'Tis safer to be that which we destroy, than by destruction dwell in doubtful joy. Come now, my lord. Why do you keep alone of sorriest fancies your companions making, using those thoughts which should indeed have died when they think on? Things without all remedy should be without regard. What's done is done.
We have scorched the snake, not killed it. She'll close and be herself. We'll stop poor Malice remains in danger of her former tooth. But let the frame of things disjoint, both the worlds suffer. And we will eat our meal in fear, and sleep in the affliction of these terrible dreams that shake us nightly. Better to be with the dead, whom we, to gain our peace, have sent to peace, mind to lie in restless ecstasy. Duncan is in his grave. After life's fitful fever, he sleeps well. Oh, my lord, sleek o'er your rugged lips, be bright and jovial among your guests tonight. So shall I love, and so I pray, be you. Let your remembrance apply to Banquo. Present him eminence both with eye and tongue, unsafe the while. We must lave our armors in these flattering streams, and make our faces visors to our hearts, disguising what they are. Must leave this. Oh, full of scorpions is my mind, dearest wife. Thou knowest that Banquo and his fleance lives, and that nature's copies not eternal. There's comfort, yet they are assailable. Then be thou Jocund. Ere the bat hath flown his cloistered flight, ere to black Hecate's summons the shard-born beetle hath rung night's yawning peal, there shall be done a deed of dreadful note. What's to be done? Be innocent of the deed, dearest Chuck. Come, silly night, scarf up with tender eye of pitiful day, and with thy bloody and invisible hand, cancel and tear to pieces that great bond which keeps me pale. Night thickens, and cruel makes way to the rooky wood. Good things of day begin to droop and drowse. All night's black agents to their praise do rouse. Thou marvelest at my words, but hold thee still. Things bad begun make strong themselves by ill. So prithee go with me.
But who did bid thee join with me?
Macbeth. He needs not our mistrust, since he delivers our offices of what we have to do to be directly just.
Then stand with me. The west jet glimmers with some streaks of day, now spurs the lady traveler pace, to gain the timely end and near approaches the subject of our watch.
Hark, are your horses? Give us a light there. Oh!
'Tis he, the rest that are within the are within the note of expectation. His horses go about.
Almost a mile, but he does usually, so all men do. From hence to the palace gate, making their walk. A light, 'tis he.
Stand to it.
We'll be running tonight.
Let it come down!
Oh, treachery! Fly, lads! Fly! 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 Oh! Now this revenge! Oh, slay!
Who did strike out the light? Was not the way?
There's but one now, the sun is fled.
Well, let's away and say how much is done.
You know your own degrees. Sit down. At first and last, a hearty welcome.
Thanks, your master.
Ourselves will mingle with society and play the humble host. Our hostess keeps her state, but in best time we will require her welcome.
Pronounce it for me, sir, to all our friends. For my heart speaks they are welcome.
See, they come with you with our heart's thanks. Both sides of you. Here I'll sit in the midst. Be large in mirth, and on will drink a measure the table round. There's blood upon my face.
'Tis Banquo's then.
'Tis better thee without than me within. Is he dispatched?
My lord, his throat is cut, and that I did for him.
Thou art the best of the cutthroats. Yet he's good that did the like for Fleance. That thou didst it, thou art the none for I.
Most royal, sir. Fleance escaped.
Ah! Thanks comes my Finnegan. I now spend perfect. Old as marble, founded as the rock, as broad and gentle as the casing air. But now I am cabined, cribbed, confined, bound into saucy doubts and fears. But Banquo's safe.
Safe in a ditch he bides, with 20 trenched gashes on his head, the least a death to nature.
Thanks for that. where the grown serpent lies. A worm that's fled hath nature that in time will then breed. No teeth for the present. Get thee gone. Tomorrow we'll hear ourselves again.
Why, royal lord, you do not give the cheer.
Sweet remembrancer. Now, good digestion wait upon appetite, and health on both.
May it please you, your highness. Sit.
Here had we our country's honor roofed, with a graced person of our banquo present, whom may I rather challenge for unkindness than pity for mischance.
His absence, sir, lays blame upon his promise. Please it your highness to grace us with your royal company.
The table's full.
Here is a place reserved, sir.
Where?
Here, my good lord. What is that moves the highness?
Which of you have done this?
What, my lord?
Thou canst not say I did it. Never shake thy knowing looks at me.
Don't realize his highness is not
Sit,
well.
worthy friends, my lord is often thus, and hath been from his youth. Pray keep seat. The fit is momentary, upon a thought he will again be well. Feed and regard him not. Are you a man?
I am a bold one that dare look upon that which might have called the devil.
Proper stuff. This is the very painting of your fear. This is the air-drawn dagger which you said led you to Duncan. With these flaws and starts, imposted to true fear, would well become a woman's story of winter's fire authorized by her granddam. Why do you make such faces? When all's done, you look like on a stool.
If I stand here, I saw him.
Unmanned in folly.
Blood hath been shed here now. In the olden time, ere human statute purred the gentle wheel, aye, and since 2 murders have been performed, too terrible for the ear. The time is been, though when the brains were out, the man would die, and that was an end. But now they rise again with 20 mortal murders on our crowns and push us from our stools. This is more strange than such a murder is.
My noble lord, your worthy friends do lack you.
I do forget. Do not muse at me, most worthy friends. I have a strange infirmity, which is nothing to those that know me. Come, love and health to all. Give me some wine. Health all. I drink to the general joy of the whole table, and to our dear friend Banquo, whom we miss. Would that he were here. To him in all we thirst, and all to all.
Our duties and the pledge. Our duties and the pledge.
Avaunt and quit my sight! Let me unhide thee! Thy bones are marrowless, thy blood is cold. Thou hast no speculation in those eyes that thou dost glare with.
This, good peers, but as a thing of custom, 'tis no other, only it spoils the pleasure of the time.
What man dare I dare? Approach thou like the rugged Russian bear, the young rhinoceros, or the Hyrcan tiger. Take any shape but that, and my firm nerve shall never tremble. Or be alive again, and dare me to the desert where I saw. If trembling I inhabit, then protest me the baby and the girl. Hence, horrible shadow! Unreal mockery, hence! Why so? Being gone, I am a man again. I pray you, sit still.
You have displaced the mirth, broke up the good meeting with most admired disorder.
Can such things be? You overcome us like a summer's cloud without our special wonder. You make me strange, even to the disposition that I owe. When I think you can behold such sights, and keep the natural ruby of your cheeks, when mine is blanched with fear.
What sights, my
Pray
lord?
speak not. Grows worse and worse. Question enrages him. At once. Good night. Stand not upon the order of your going, but go. At once.
Good night, and better health attend your majesty.
Kind
have been known to move in trees to speak. Augurs and understood relations have by magpies and chows and rooks brought forth the secretest man of light. What is the light?
Almost at odds with morning. Which is which?
How sayest thou that Macduff denies his person at all great bidding?
You send him, sir?
I hear it by the way, but I will send. There's not one but in his house I keep a certain feed. I will tomorrow in the times I will to the weird sisters. More shall they speak, for now I am bent to know what the worst means the worst. All causes shall give way. I am in blood stepped in so far that should I wait no more, returning were as tedious as go over. Strange things I have in head, which will damn, which must be acted ere they may be scanned.
You lack the season of all natures. Speak.
Come, go to sleep. My strange and self-abuse is the initiate fear that wants hard use. We are yet but young, indeed.
So should in the English court, and is bestowed of the most pious Edward with such grace that the malevolence of fortune nothing takes from his high respect. Thither is Macduff gone to pray the Holy King upon his aid to wake Northumberland and warlike Siward, that by the help of these, with him above to ratify the work, we may again give sleep to our nights, meat to our tables, free from our feasts and Baywood's bloody knives, do faithful homage and receive free honors, all which we pine for now. And this report hath so exasperated the king that he prepares for some attempt of war.
But sent he to Macduff?
He did, and with an absolute "Sir, not I," the messenger turns me his cloudy back and hums, as who should say, "You'll rue the tongue that clogs me with this answer."
And that bull might advise him to a caution. The whole what wisdom can provide. Some holy angel fly to the court of England and unfold his message ere he comes. That a swift blessing may soon return to this, our suffering country under hand accursed.
Also our prayers with him.
Beware Macduff. unborn shall harm Macbeth.
Then live, Macduff. What need I fear of thee? And yet I'll make sure it's double sure and take a bond of fate. Thou shalt not live. That I might tell pale-hearted fear it lies and sleep in spite of thunder. What is this that rises like the issue of a king and wears upon his baby brow the round and top of sovereignty? Listen, but speak not to it.
Be lion mettle, proud, and take no care who chafes, who frets, or where conspirers are. Macbeth shall never vanquished be until great Birnen Wood to high Dunsinane Hill shall come against him.
That will never be. Who can impress the forest? Bid the tree unfix his earthbound root. Sweet boded, it's good. Rebellion's dead, rise never till the wood of Birnen rise, and our high place at Macbeth shall live the lease of nature, pay his breath to time and mortal custom. Yet my heart throbs to know one more thing. Tell me, if your heart can tell so much, will Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Seek to know no more.
I will be satisfied. Deny me this and an eternal curse fall upon you. Why sings that cauldron? And what noise is this?
Show his eyes and grieve his heart. Come like shadows, so depart.
Thou too like the spirit of Banquo. Down! Thy crown does sear mine eyeballs, and thy hair, your other golden brows like the first, hers like the former. Filthy hags, why do you show me this? Another yet! Stop! What? Will the light stretch out to the crack of doom? Another yet! A seventh! I'll see no more! And yet an eighth appears, which bears a glass which shows me many more. And some I see that twofold balls and treble scepters carry. Horrible sight! Now I see 'tis true, for the blood-bolted Banquo smiles at me and points at them for his. What? Is this so?
Aye, sir. Oh, this is so. But why stands Macbeth thus amazedly? Come, sisters, cheer we up his sprites, and show the best of our delights. I'll charm the air to give a sound while you perform your antic round, that this great king may kindly say, our duties in his welcome pay.
Where are they? Gone! Let this pernicious hour stand I accursed in the calendar. Come in without there.
But your grace is well.
Saw you the winged sisters.
No, my lord.
Came they not by you?
No, indeed, my lord.
Infected be the air whereupon they ride, and damned all that trust them. I did hear the galloping of a horse. Who was it came by?
'Tis 2 or 3, my lord, that bring you word. Macduff is fled to England.
Fled to England.
Aye, my lord.
Time, thou anticipatest my dread exploits. The flighty purpose ne'er is overtook unless the deed go with it. From this moment on, the very firstlings of my heart shall be the firstlings of my hand. And even now, to crown my thoughts with acts, be thought and done. The castle of Macduff I will surprise. Seize upon Fife, give to the edge of the sword his wife, his babes, and all unfortunate souls that trace him in his line. Not boasting like a fool. This deed I'll do before the purpose cruel. But no more sight. Come, where are these gentlemen? Bring me where they are.
What had he done to make him fly the land?
You must have patience, madam.
He had none. His flight was madness. When our actions do not, or refuse to make us traitors.
You know not whether it was his wisdom or his fear.
He loves us not. He wants the natural touch. For the poor wren, the most diminutive of birds will fight, her loved ones in the nest against the owl. All is the fear, and nothing is the love. As little as the wisdom, for the flight so runs against all reason.
My dearest cuz, I pray you school yourself. For your husband, he is noble, wise, judicious, and best knows the things of the season. I dare not speak much further. Cruel are the times when we are traitors and do not know ourselves. When we hold rumor from what we fear, yet know not what we fear, but float upon a wild and violent sea each way and move. Take my leave of you. Shall not be long, but I'll be here again. Things at the worst will cease, or else climb upward to what they were before. My prettiest cousin, blessing upon you.
Father he is, and he is father.
I am so much a fool. Should I stay longer, it would be my disgrace and your discomfort. I take my leave at once.
Sir Ralph, your father is dead. And what will you do now? How will you live?
What as birds do, Mother.
What with worms and flies?
With what I get, I mean, and so do they.
Poor bird, thou should never fear the net nor line, the pitfall nor the gin.
Why should I, Mother? Poor birds, they are not set for. My father is not dead, for all your sake.
Yes, he is dead. But how wilt thou do for a father?
Nay, how will you do for a husband?
Might not be 20 at any market.
Then you will buy them to sell them again.
Thou speakest with all thy wit, and yet faith is wit enough for thee.
Was my father a traitor, Mother?
Aye, that he was.
What is a traitor?
Why, one that swears and lies.
And be all traitors that do so?
Everyone that does so is a traitor and must be hanged.
And who must hang them?
Why, the honest man?
Then the liars and swears are fools, for their liars and swears enough to beat the honest men and hang them up.
Now thy help do for a monkey. But how wilt thou do for a father?
If he were dead, you would weep for him. If you would not, you were a good son, I should quickly have a new father.
Poor traveler, how thou talkest.
Bless you, fair dame. I am not to you known, though in your state of honor I am perfect. I doubt some danger does approach you nearly. If you would take a homely man's advice, be not bound here hence with your little ones. To fright you thus, methinks I am too savage. To do worse to you were fell cruelty, which were too nigh your person. Heaven preserve you, I dare bide no longer.
Whither should I fly? I have done no harm. But I remember now, I am in this earthly world, where to do harm is often laudable. To do good sometimes accounted dangerous folly. But alas, do I put up that womanly defense to say I've done no harm? What are these faces?
Where is your husband?
I hope in no place so unsanctified where such as thou mayst find him.
He's a traitor!
Thou liest, thou shaggy villain!
What you did? Don't
Treachery! He's killed me, Robin Murder!
Let us seek out some desolate shade and there weep our sad bosoms and
Let us rather hold fast the mortal sword, and like good men bestride our downfall and birth them. Each new mourn, new widows howl, new orphans cry, new sorrow strike heaven on the face, and it resounds as if it felt with Scotland and nailed out like syllable of shoulder.
what I believe I'll wear, what no believe. What I can redress, as I shall find the time to pray, and I will. What you spoke, it may be so, perchance. This tyrant whose own name blisters the tongue was once thought honest. You have loved him well. You've not touched you yet. I am young. Something you may discern of him through me. And wisdom to offer up a weak, poor, innocent lamb to appease an angry God.
I am not treacherous.
But Macbeth is. A good and virtuous nature may recoil at an imperial challenge. But I shall crave your pardon. That what you are, my thoughts cannot transpose. Angels are bright still, and the brightest fell. All things foul wear the brows of grace. Yet grace must still look so.
I have lost my hopes.
Perchance even there I can find my doubts. Why in that promise left you wife and child? Those precious motives, those strong knots of love without leave-taking. I pray you, let not my jealousies be your dishonors, but my own safeties. You may be rightly just. withal there would be hands uplifted in my right. And here from gracious England have I offer of goodly thousands. But for all this, when I shall tread upon the tyrant's head, or wear it on my sword, yet my poor country shall have more vices than it had before, more sin, and more sundry ways than ever by him that shall succeed.
What should he be?
It is myself I mean, whom I know all the particulars of vice so grafted, that when they shall be opened, black Macbeth shall seem as pure snow. Before stay, esteem him as a lamb, compared to my confinement.
Not to the legions of horrid hell that can come a devil more damned and evils to talk Macbeth.
I grant him bloody, luxurious, false, avaricious, deceitful, sudden, malicious, smacking of every sin that has a name. There's no bottom, none, in my voluptuousness. Your wives, your daughters, your matrons, and your maids could not fill up the cistern of my lust, and my desire of continent dependence would overbear, did oppose my will. Better Macbeth in such an array.
Boundless intemperance in nature is a tyranny. It hath been the untimely emptying of the happy throne and fall of many kings. But yet, do not fear to take upon you what is yours. You may convey your pleasures in a spacious plenty, and yet seem cold the time you may so drink. We have willing dames enough. There cannot be that vulture who to devour so many as will to greatness dedicate themselves, finding it so inclined.
With this there grows in my most ill-composed affection such staunchless avarice, that were I king, I should cut off the nobles for their lands, desire his jewels and this other's house. My more having with me as a sauce to make me hunger more, and I should forge quarrels unjust against the good and loyal.
This avarice grows deeper, sticks with more pernicious root than summer seeming lust. But it hath been the sword of our slain kings. Yet do not fear. Scotland hath foisoms enough to fill up your will of your own. All these are portable with other graces weighed.
But I have none. The king with whom graces justice, verity, temperance, stableness, bounty, mercy, perseverance, lowliness, courage, devotion, fortitude. I have no relish of them, but abound in the division of each several crime, acting it in many ways. Nay, had I power, I should pour the sweet milk of conquered into hell, uproar the universal peace, confound all unity on earth.
Scotland! Scotland!
Such a one be fit to govern and speak. I am as I am spoken.
Fit to govern? No, not to live. O nation miserable, an untitled tyrant, bloody sceptred, when shalt thou see thy wholesome days again? And that the truest issue, thy throne by his own interdiction stands accused, and does blaspheme his breed. Thy royal father was a most sainted king. The queen that bore thee oftener upon her knees and on her feet died every day she lived. Fare thee well. These evils thou repeatest upon thyself have banished me from Scotland. Oh, my breast, thy hope ends here. Down.
His noble passion, child of integrity, hath from my breast wiped the black scruples. Sound my thoughts to thy good tooth and eye. Devilish Macbeth by many of these trains hath sought to win me into his power, and modest wisdom plucks me from over-credulous haste. God, above, shield between thee and me, for even now I put myself to thy direction, unspeak mine own attraction, and here abjure the taints and blames I laid upon myself from strangers to my nature. I have yet known a woman, never was forsworn, scarcely coveted what was mine own. No time broke my faith, would not betray the devil to his fellow, and delight no less in truth than life. My first false speaking is this upon myself. What I am truly is thine, and my poor country's to command. Whither indeed, before thy here approach, old Seaward and 10,000 warlike men, already at the point of setting forth. It's together, in the chance of goodness behind our warranted quarrel. I am silent.
Such welcome
once. 'Tis hard to reconcile.
No more none. Comes the king forth, I pray you.
Aye, sir. There are cruel French souls that stay as cure. Their malady convinces a great Savar that at his touch, such sanctity of heaven given his hand, they presently mend.
Thank you, doctor.
What's the disease he means?
It is called the evil. Most miraculous work of this good king, which since my here remain in England I have seen him do. And how he solicits heaven himself knows best. Strangely visited people are swollen in ulcers, pitiful to the eye. The mere despair of surgery he cures. Hanging about their necks a golden staff, put on with holy prayers. And spoken to the succeeding royalty, he leaves the healing benediction. For this strange virtue he hath the heavenly gift of prophecy. This and sundry blessings hang about his throne and speak him full of grace.
See, who comes here?
My countrymen, but yet I know him not.
My ever gentle cousin, welcome hither.
I know him now. But God, the times remove the means that makes us strangers.
Sir, amen.
Stand Scotland where it did.
Alas, poor country, almost afraid to know itself. It cannot be called our mother, but our grave where nothing, but who knows nothing is once seen to smile, where sighs and groans and shrieks that rend the air are made not mark it. Their violent sorrow seems a modern ecstasy. The dead men's knell is theirs careless, asked for who, and good men's lives expire before the flowers in their caps, dying, or ere they sicken.
A relation. Too nice and yet too true.
What's the newest group?
That of the now's age doth hiss the speaker, each minute teems a new one.
How does my wife?
Why, well,
And all my children?
well, too.
The tyrant is not battered at their face.
No, they were well at peace when I did leave them.
Be not so slow in your speech. How goes?
When I came hither to transport the tidings which I have heavenly borne, there ran a rumor of many worthy fellows that were out, which was to my belief witnessed the rather for, that I saw the tyrant's power afoot. Now is the time of help. Your eye in Scotland would create soldiers, make our women fight, to doff their dire distresses.
With their comfort we are coming thither. Gracious England hath lent us good seawood and 10,000 men. An older and better soldier none that Christendom gives out.
Would I could answer this comfort with a like, but I have words that would be howled out in the desert air where hearing should not latch them.
What concerns you? The general cause, or is it a fee grief to some single breast?
No mind that's honest, but in it shares some woe, though the main part pertains to you alone.
If it be mine, keep it not from me. Quickly, let me have it.
Not your ears despise my tongue, for which shall possess with them the worthiest sounds that ever yet they heard.
Ha! I guess at it.
Your castle is surprised, your wives, babes, savagely slaughtered. Late this manner were on the quarry of this murder, dear to add the death of you.
What man? Now pull your hat upon your brows, give sorrow words. The grief that does not speak whispers the awful heart and bids it break.
5 children.
Wives, servants, children, all that could be found.
I must be immense. My wife killed.
I have said,
Let's make us medicines of our great revenge to cure this deadly grief.
He has no children! All my pretty ones! Did you say all? Oh, Elkhart, all! What? All my pretty chickens and their dad, what?
This gives you like a man!
I shall do so! I must also feel it as a man! I cannot but remember such weeks that were most precious to me. Did heaven look on and would not take their part? Sinful victim, they were all struck for thee. Not that I have not for their own demerits, but for mine fell slaughter on their souls. Heaven rest them now.
Be this the whetstone to your sword. Let grief convert to anger. Blunt not the heart and rage it.
I could play the woman with mine eyes, and brag her with my tongue. But gentle have been cut short all intermission. From
front to front, bring now this fiend of Scotland and myself within my sword's length, set him. If he escape, heaven forgive him too.
This tomb knows nothing. Come, go into the king. Our lack is nothing but our leave. Macbeth is right, shaken. The powers above put on their instruments. Receive what cheer you may. The night is long and never finds the day.
Two nights watch with you, but can receive no truth of your report. When was it she last arrived?
Since His Majesty went into the field, I have seen her rise from her bed, throw her nightgown upon her, unlock her closet, take forth paper, fold it, write upon it, read it, afterwards seal it, and again return to bed, yet all this while in a most fast sleep.
A great perturbation of nature would see at once the benefits of sleep, and do the effects of watching. In this slumbery agitation, besides her walking and other action performances, what at any time have you heard her say?
That, sir, which I will not report after her.
You may to me, and 'tis most meet you should.
Neither to you nor anyone, having no witnesses to confirm my speech. Lo you, here she comes. This is her very guise, and upon my life, fast asleep. Observe her, stand close.
How came she by that light?
It stood by her. She has light by her continually, 'tis her command.
You see, her eyes are open.
Aye, but their sense are shut.
What is it she does now?
'Tis
Look
my
how she
custom.
rubs her hands.
'Tis my custom action with her to stand thus washing her hands. I have known her continually a quarter of an hour.
Here's a spot.
Hark, she speaks. I will set down what comes from her to satisfy my remembrance the more strongly.
Out, down, spot. Out, I say.
1, 2. I think 'tis time to do it. Hell is murky. Fie, my lord, fie. A soldier and a fear. Need be fear who knows it, when none can call our power to a cause.
Who would have thought the old man to have had so much blood in him?
Do you mark that?
Thane of fire had a wife. Where is she now? What? Will these hands never be clean? No more of that, my lord. No more of that. You marvel at this starting.
Go to, you know what you should not.
She has spoke what she should not. I am sure of that. Heaven knows what she has known.
It's the smell of bloodstone. All the perfume of a rager will not sweeten his little hands. Oh. Oh.
Besides, the heart is sorely charged.
I would not have such a heart in my bosom for the dignity of the whole body. Pray God it be, sir.
This disease is beyond my practice. Yet I have known those which have walked in their sleep, who have died holily in their beds.
Get on your nightgown. Wash your hands. Look not so pale. I tell you yet again. Banquo's buried. Cannot come out and scream.
Even so.
There's knocking at the gate. Come. What's done cannot be undone. To bed.
Will she go down to bed?
Directly.
Foul whisperings are abroad. Unnatural deeds
deeds do breed unnatural troubles. Infected minds stir death pillows which discharge their secrets. More she needs the bind than the physician. God forgive us all. Look after her. Remove from her the means of all annoyance. Keep still eyes upon her. So good night. My mind she has made it and amazed my sight. I think, but dare not speak.
Good night, good doctor.
The ancient power is near, but done by Malcolm, his Uncle Seward, and the good Macbeth. Revenge is burned in them, for they appear caused the bleeding and grim alarm, which like the mortified man.
Near Burnham Wood shall we well meet them. That way are they coming.
Who knows if Donald may be his brother?
For certain, sir, he is not. I am a file of the gentry. There is Seward's son and many young rough youths that even now protest their first of manhood.
What does the tyrant?
Great Dunsnake he strongly fortifies. Some say he's mad. Others that lesser hate him do call him valiant fury. But for certain, he cannot buckle his distempered cause within the belt of rule.
Now does he feel his secret murders sticking on his hands. Now minutely revolts upbraid his faith reach. Those he commands move only in command, nothing in love. Now does he feel his title hang loose about him, like a giant's robe on dwarfish steed.
Who then shall blame his patrick senses to recoil and start, when all that is within him does condemn itself for being there?
Well, march we on, to give obedience where 'tis truly owed. Meet we the medicine of the sickly wheel, and with him pour we into our country's purge each drop of us.
Or as much as it needs to do the sober flower and drown the weeds. Make we our march towards Burnham.
Bring me no more reports. Let them fly on. Till Burnham would remove to Dunsany, I cannot take with fear. What's the point, Malcolm? Was he not born of a woman? Spirits of no mortal consequence have pronounced me thus. Fear not, Macbeth. No man that's born of woman shall e'er have power upon thee. Let fly false thanes and mingle with English epicures. The mind I sway by and the heart I bear shall never sag with doubt nor shake with fear. Devil damn thee black, thou cream-faced loon! Where got'st thou that goose look?
There is 10,000.
Geese, villain!
Soldiers, sir.
Prick thy face and overhead thy fear, thou little-livered boy! What soldiers, Patch? Death on my soul! Those linen cheeks of thine are counselors to fear! What soldiers, Wayface?
The English force, so please you.
Take thy base hence. See? I'm sick at heart. And I behold Satan, I say! This push will cheer me ever, or deceive me now. I have lived my life. My way of life has fallen into the seer. The yellow leaf, and that which should accompany old age is love, honor, obedience, groups of friends. I must not look to have. In their stead, curses, not loud but deep, mouth on or breath, which the poor heart would fain deny and dare not. Satan, I say!
What's your gracious pleasure?
What news more?
All is confirmed, my lord, which was reported.
I'll fight, till from my bones my flesh be hacked. Give me mine armor.
'Tis not needed yet.
I'll put it on. Send out more horses. Scour the country round. Hang those that talk of fear. Come, put mine armor on. Doctor, how goes your patient?
Not so sick, my lord, as she is troubled with becoming fancies that keep her from her rest.
Cure her of that. Canst thou not minister to mind disease? Pluck from the memory of rooted sorrow? Raise out the ridden troubles of the brain with some sweet, oblivious antidote. Cleanse the stuffed bosom of that perilous stuff which weighs upon the heart.
Therein the patient must minister to himself.
Throw physic to the dogs, I'll none of it. Come, put mine armor on, give me my staff. Satan, send out. Doctor, the thanes fly for me. Come, sir, dispatch. If thou couldst, cast the water of my lap. Find minor disease and purge it to a sound and pristine health. I would applaud thou to the very echo that should applaud again. Pull it off, I say! What rhubarb, Simon, what purgative drug would scour these English hence? Hearest thou of them?
Aye, my lord. Your royal preparation makes us hear something.
Bring it after me. I will not be afraid of death in vain till Burnham Wood come to Dunsinane.
Were I from Dunsinane away and clear, the prophet again should hardly draw me here.
Cousins, I hope the days of your Hampton chambers will be safe.
We doubt nothing. Well, what is this before us? Who would have heard it?
That every man who him down vow will bear it before him. Thereby shall we shadow the number of our host, and make discovery earn report us.
We learn no other that the confident tyrant keeps still in destiny and will endure our setting down before it.
This is main hope. For where there's advantage to be given, both more and less have given him the revolt. And none serve him but constrained things whose hearts are absent too.
Let our just censors attend the true event, and put we on industrious soldiership.
The time approaches that will with due decision make us know what we shall say and what we owe. By speculative, their unsure hopes relate, but certain issue strokes of respiratory, towards which advance the war.
Your leading screams throw down and show like those who are. You, worthy uncle, shall with your son, my right noble cousin, lead off first battle. Worthy Macbeth and we shall take upon us what else remains to do, according to our order.
Very well. Do we but find the tyrant's power tonight? Let us be beaten if we cannot.
Make all our trumpets sound. Give them all breath, those clamorous harbingers of blood and death.
They've tied me to a stake. I cannot fly, but bear like I must fight the course. What's he that was not born of a woman? Such a one I am to fear or none.
What is thy name?
Thou be afraid to hear it.
No. Thou art callest thyself abominated names in hell.
My name's Macbeth.
The devil himself cannot pronounce the title more hateful to mine ear.
No noble, fearful.
Thou lies a word, tyrant. My sword outprove the lie thou speakest.
Thou wast born of woman. Swords I smile at, weapons laugh to scorn, brandished by malice of a woman born.
Dash away the noises. Show thy face. If thou be slain, and with no stroke of mine, my wife and children's ghosts will haunt me still. I cannot strike the wretched current whose arms are higher to bear their staves. And thou, Macbeth, my sword with an unbattered edge I sheathe again unneeded. And thou shouldst be. By this great clatter, one of great note seems bruited. Let me find him, fortune, nor I beg not.
This way, my lord. The castle's gently rendered. The tyrant's people on both sides do fight. The noble thanes do bravely in the war. The day almost itself confesses yours and little is to do.
We have met with foes that strike beside us.
Enter, sir, the castle.
Why should I play the Roman fool and die upon mine own sword? Whilst I see lives, the gashes do better upon them.
Turn, hellhound, turn!
Of all men else have I avoided thee. But get thee back! My soul is too much charged with blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is in my sword. Thou bloody or villain that tries to get thee out!
Thou losest labor. As easy mayest thou be entrenched in air with thy keen sword impresses make me bleed. Let fall thy blade on vulnerable crests. I bear a charmed life, which must not yield to one of woman born.
Despair thy tongue! And let the angel whom thou still hast served tell thee, Macbeth doth was from his mother's womb untimely wrecked!
Accursed be the tongue that tells me so, for it cowed my better part of man. And be these juggling fiends no more believe that palter with us in a double sense, that keep the word of promise to our ear and break it to our hope. I'll not fight with thee.
Macbeth were a man which no sooner had his prowess confirmed in the unshrinking station where he thought that like a man he died.
And he is dead?
I am brought off the field. Your cause of sorrow must not be measured in his worth, for that it hath no end.
And he has hurt before?
I am affront.
Why then, God's soldier be he. Had I as many sons as I have hairs, I would not wish them to a fairer death. So his knell is no.
He's worth more sorrow.
He's worth no more. They say he parted well and paid his score. And so God be with him. Here comes no comfort.
Hail, King, for so thou art. Behold, where stands the usurper's cursed head. For time is free. I see thee compassed with thy kingdom's pearl, that speak my salutation in their mind, whose voices I desire loud and fine. Hail, King of Scotland!
Hail, King of Scotland!
We shall not spend a large expense of time, for we reckon with your several loves and make us even with you. My thanes and kinsmen henceforth be earls, the first that ever Scotland in such an honor named. What's more to do is will be planted newly with the time, calling home our exiled friends abroad, that fled the snares of watchful tyranny, producing forth the cruel ministers of this dead butcher and his fiend-like queen, who as 'tis thought by self and violent hands took off her life. This, and what needful else that calls upon us, by the grace of grace, we shall perform in measured time and place. So thanks to all at once and to each one, whom we invite to see us crowned in scope,